What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday today. But first, before we get into that, because we have a lot to talk about, no joke at all, there's a good stuff in here, which I'll briefly go over in a second. But the milestones, so the first one was 300 likes, the second was 400 likes, and you guys completely destroyed those. So I just want to give a big shout out to you guys and a thank you. I really appreciate that. So the next one is 500. So let's get this video to 500 likes. We're getting closer to the overall goal, which I'll say once we finally are reaching it. Now on to the news. We got release dates for a couple Air Jordan 8s, a few Air Jordan 5s, and the Air Jordan 13 Bred, along with new images. We have some Adidas Yeezy info, we got some Nike SF AF1 info, we got a special Air Jordan 4 Do the Right Thing, possible collaboration with Jordan Brand and Trophy Room again. But without wasting too much of your time, let's jump into the news. Starting things off with Adidas, we have a first look at the Adidas NMD XR1 Sea Crystal. Now this really isn't a first look because there was a sample pair that popped up back in 2016. However, we now know that they're gonna drop, but it'll be a whiles away from now. They feature a mixture of sea crystal, turquoise, and sea crystal throughout. We have a digital light camo motif across the Primeknit uppers, and the turquoise is hinted on the Primeknit as well, but mainly runs across the Boost midsole, EVA pod overlays, and outsole. Now we don't have a set release date, but they're gonna drop sometime in November. Retail price will be $170. On a side note, this is a women's exclusive release. We've seen so many variations of the Adidas NMD, but my favorite is the XR1. That pair is actually going through another transition and being called Winter. On the surface, they do look a lot like the NMD XR1, with the exception of the collar, which is extended, and other than that, everything else appears to be normal. Two color options will debut during October. One comes in Scarlet, Core Black, and Shock Purple. That pair is actually pretty vibrant of the two. The second features Grey 2, Grey 2, Grey 2. Now, also, there is white, which covers the Boost, midsole, and outsole. No release date, but dropping during October. More information on the way, like always, and retail price will be $170. There's possibly an Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 being called Blue Zebra releasing. Now, I say possibly because there's a lot of things that could happen. And first off, I want to make note that Yeezy Mafia did share a mock-up of this, and it was an April Fool's prank. Although it was an April Fool's prank, I would love for Adidas to release them. Now, Yeezy Mafia goes on to say that they're not going to release stuff like that, and there was even fake pairs produced, and I'm unsure if these are going to release. But here's the deal on this. The person who shot these images, he goes by s.sam.group on Instagram. He's known for having stuff really early, and he's, in my eyes, he's never shared anything that was fake. So the thing is kind of conflicting. I mean, these could be a sample and not release at all, or he could be called out for having fakes. However, there's not enough images to even verify these are fake or not, and it's an unknown colorway, so I can't even go that far. The best way would be to see the Boost, and obviously we don't have that just yet. But for those that are fans of Adidas, what are your thoughts on these? Do you think Adidas should launch them? Leave it in the comments below. Here's some Adidas Yeezy news that you can count on. This was actually supplied by Yeezy Mafia. Now, we don't have any images, and I want to start off by saying that. But another pair is going to drop in December, which is being called Semi-Frozen Yellow, and that's because they feature Semi-Frozen Yellow, Raw Steel, and Red. So the Semi-Frozen Yellow shade, it's actually like a dull shade of yellow, but from this image posted, I guess this is going to be the color scheme. So the Raw Steel will be that light shade of blue, and then it's going to have red. I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. Maybe something, I don't know, it sounds kind of crazy, but no specific release date at this time. December is when they're expected to drop. Retail will be $220. On to Nike, and we have a first look at the Nike Kyrie 3 Obsidian and Gold, which will drop on June 3rd. As you can see, they kind of have a finals theme to it, something Kyrie could probably wear with an alternate Cavs uniform, but Obsidian covers the uppers. We have metallic gold on the swoosh, speckled, almost marble detailing across the white midsole, gum on the outsole, and hits of red as well. Like I mentioned, June 3rd is the release date. Retail price will be $120. I slept on leaking a first look on this and somebody beat me to the punch, but this is the Nike Air More Uptempo Obsidian Gum. Like the name suggests, they feature obsidian and gum. Obsidian across the uppers, which is constructed with a mixture of nubuck and leather. Then we have white outlining the large air and gum on the outsole. Now people are reporting that these are going to drop in June, specifically on the 29th for $160. The retail price is correct, but what I've heard and seen is that they're going to drop in fall. So I'm not quite sure if this release date is confirmed as of yet, but I'll make sure to have some updates very soon. Here is something I also slept on leaking, and since I did, somebody beat me to the punch. This is the Nike SF AF1 Mid. Now there's a bunch of colorways releasing. I only had a picture of one, but here's 7, and I'm going to try to fit them all on the screen best I can. But overall, it's basically, they feature the same material as the Nike SF AF1, which is leather, ballistic nylon. They also have the removable buckle and zippers on the heel. This is something that was expected to drop during holiday 2017. However, I'm not sure the dates on any of these. It could be sooner than that, but I think the mid, it actually doesn't look bad to me. I think it looks fitting. With 2 pairs of sneakers leaking before I had a chance to, because my own fault, I slept on it. I wasn't going to let a third. So here is a first look at the Nike SF AF1 2.0. This is a follow-up to the first model, of course. And we only have one colorway to view, and they feature black and white. Very simple, but what you're going to notice is a unique lacing system that actually wraps the whole shoes, and there's a bunch of loopholes which I feel like you'll be able to adjust the actual lacing where they sit and whatnot. Also featuring tumbled leather, ballistic nylon, we have a zipper that runs across the tongue, which I believe is for easy access to get on and take off. And overall, they do look a bit higher than the previous Nike SF AF1. No release date or retail price, but I was told holiday 2017. On to Jordan Brand, and I'm sure that pretty much everybody that watches these videos skips to this part, but here we have a potential OVO collaboration with Jordan Brand on the Jordan Trunner LX. Now, to be honest, more than likely these are not going to release, but as you can see, it features a predominant white build with metallic gold accents, and since it's only a preview, we can't actually see if there's any OVO branding or the owl or anything like that. Now, like I said, I highly doubt these release, but in the case that they do, I will make sure to provide updates. After sharing a first look at the Air Jordan 1 High Shadow Pack, we have a closer look, actually the official images, of the Air Jordan 1 Shadow Camo. Now they somewhat do look similar to the Air Jordan 1 Shadow. The difference is the red on the backdrop of the tongue branding and the camouflage detailing which runs across the panels, collar, and around the toe. The camouflage is 3M reflective, so it's going to light up once the lights hit it the right way, of course. Following, we have suede on the overlays which wraps the heel, and then Air 2-3 stitched on. We don't have a release date or retail price as of yet, but I'm sure we'll hear something in the future. I am a fan of these. I think these are dope. Jordan Brand will be releasing a few colorways of the Air Jordan 2 Deconstructed, and first to release, well, apparently, is the Mint Foam colorway. Now I say apparently because these were rumored to drop in July, and they're going to drop on May 24th, which is a lot sooner. And that information is from Oneness. They're an online boutique as well as a physical store, I believe. And they might have got the information wrong, but if not, then this is a chance to cop something early. But the Air Jordan 2 shown features mint foam throughout the entire shoes. Then we have suede across the uppers. Like I mentioned, May 24th for now is the release date, at least at Oneness, and retail price is $160. If you've seen Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, which I think every sneakerhead or sneaker enthusiast should see at least once, then you would remember the scene where Buggin' Out got his new Air Jordan 4 cement scuffed. With that being said, Jordan Brand had a private event celebrating the Jordan Fly 89, which is a trainer shoe, and along with those that were giving out is a special pack which came with these Air Jordan 4s, which were scuffed just like the movie. They feature black, green, yellow, and red across the bottom lace, which is just like he had in the movie. And they come with a toothbrush that Buggin' Out used in the movie to get out his scuff. Along with the Air Jordan 4, like I mentioned, the Jordan Fly 89 came in a special pack, along with a Jason Mark cleaning kit. Now I think this would be so dope if they released these. I don't know why Jordan Brand wouldn't, but for now it's an exclusive to Jordan Brand friends and family. What are your thoughts? You think Jordan Brand should drop them? I 100% think they should. There could be a new collaboration with Trophy Room and Jordan Brand on the Air Jordan 17. Now, as of now, this is speculation and people reading into it, but somebody snapped a picture with a bunch of emojis as well as coming soon with a question mark, and even Marcus Jordan, who is the founder of Trophy Room and son of Michael Jordan, shared it, which kind of has a lot of people feeling like these are going to release. Now, I do want to make note that at the Trophy Room store, they have a full collection of Air Jordans just on display, which features the same color scheme of gray and metallic gold. Now, I'm not sure if they still have that on display, but at one time they did. So as of now, this is speculation, but like always, details on the way if a collaboration takes place. The second Air Jordan 13 low I'm looking forward to is the Chutney, and they're going to drop on June 10th for $175. But before that happens, we do have a detailed look thanks to Fine Line 1721. And for those that don't know, they feature tumbled leather along with suede, and Chutney lands on the panels, liner, outsole, and branding, and pretty much everywhere else is black. This is also an original release, and this is the first time Jordan Brand is going to re-release them since 1998. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure if this is a limited drop or not. I do know there's a lot of people that want them, but I think it's more collectors based, so like that are really into sneakers. As far as people that like a fresh pair, I'm not sure as of yet. I'll have to wait till it gets closer to release to also see if this is a limited drop or not. Now it's time to share some release dates, and first up is the Air Jordan 8 being called Cool Gray. And since we don't have any new images, I'm going to keep this short, but they're going to drop on August 26th. Retail will be $190. Prior to this, I believe the release date was June 20th or something around that time frame, which really didn't make sense because I believe it was in the middle of the week. I'm not sure what day this falls on, but it's a lot farther out, and June is a packed month from Jordan Brand, so this actually makes a lot more sense. Same as the Cool Gray, we don't have any new images of the Air Jordan 8 Bred, but the release date for now is set for September 16th. Retail will be $190. Next is the Air Jordan 5 Camo, and this is a pair I'm actually looking forward to. At first I was like, I'm not too sure about it, but it kind of grows on you. So I believe they're going to feature what Jordan Brand is calling dark stucco across the uppers. That hasn't been confirmed, but I believe that according to the product sheet and everything. But they also feature red accented on the midsole as well as the liner, and we have camouflage detailing on the heel. That's 3M, and we have Air 2-3. But dropping September 2nd, retail price will be $190. As you can tell by now, there's no specific order to this. I'm just kind of going based off of what I click first. But next we have the Air Jordan 5 White Cement, and it pretty much mimics the color theme that of the Air Jordan 4 White Cement while throwing a bit of Air Jordan 5 Fire Red into it. Now I'm sure Jordan Brand will have some sort of nickname for him or calling him something special, but they're going to drop on August 5th. Retail will be $190. For some time now, I've been saying that the Air Jordan 5 Blue Suede would release in September, even though a lot of people reported that they would drop in July. That's not going to happen. They are dropping in September. To be specific, September 30th. Retail will be $190. So they feature Game Royal across the uppers, which in other terms is blue. We have black accents, translucent outsole, 3M on the tongue. For me, a definite 100% pickup, as well as the red suede. Last but not least is the Air Jordan 13 Bred, which I'm sure a lot of people are favoring over all the release dates I just shared. Not only do we have the release date, but also new images. Prior to this, I shared an image which obviously had a filter or some lighting issues because it almost looked like a pink shade instead of red. But these images provided by S Sam Group shows that they do come in OG form. You'll also notice tumble leather covers the toe. We got 3M accents on the panels, suede on the lower part of the panels, that's done in red. Red also lands on the Jumpman branding, black across the midsole, and the traditional hologram by the heel. So I'm very excited for these. They're dropping August 19th. Retail will be $190. 100% double up for me. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. Man, when I miss a day, there's a lot of stuff to cover. I mean, I missed Friday's upload, and in the full weekend, there was a lot of stuff that leaked. And actually, early Monday morning, I was working and came across a bunch of stuff. So this video seems to be pretty solid with good info and good images and stuff like that. But moving forward to stuff I would buy from this video. All the Air Jordan 5s for now, yes, are a definite pickup for me. And the Air Jordan 13, double up on that. The Air Jordan 8 Bred, I don't know. There's something about it that just rubs me the wrong way. Like, I just don't like them. The Cool Gray is decent, though. I will say that. I'm just not 100% convinced on getting them. I think once new images come out, make my opinion about them then. The Air Jordan 2 Deconstructed, I just want to touch on that. I'm a huge fan of the Air Jordan 2, but the material looks very thin and flimsy to me. I know that they did this same type of setup on the Air Jordan 1, and I seen those, and I just did not like those at all. So it's probably a pass for me. The Air Jordan 4 Do the Right Thing, we all know those aren't going to release, but if they did, that's definitely 2 pairs for me. I think those are so dope, just the whole thing. And I used to watch that movie so many times, like I've seen it probably 10 times. Other highlights would be the Nike Air More Uptempo Obsidian Gum. I'm like 75% on those. Those are pretty nice. And the Adidas Yeezy 350 Boost V2 Blue Zebra, if they release. I'm a huge fan of blue. I love blue, and the zebra and the Bred are the only 2 colorways of the Yeezy 350 Boost V2 that I really like. So a blue zebra is just like incredible to me. So I really hope that Adidas does drop them, but we'll probably know more in the future. But leave a comment below and let me know from this video what you liked, what you disliked. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.